Hello, and thank you for visiting this video. My name is Sheila, and I've decided to start making some videos to document my spiritual awakening that I'm currently on. Um, and I guess I'm just making this for anybody who is also just like me, just barely discovering that you're starting to wake up to things, and you are just so curious and wanting to jump in and see what to do next, or is this normal? What should I be feeling? And so I guess if I had to start with my very first awakening, it had to do with my oldest son. He turned out to have a peanut allergy. And so when he was about, I want to say 2 years old, we found out he had a deadly peanut allergy. And so from that point on, I ended up having to read labels, right? And so before, I used to just eat whatever. I was so down to just eat shark fin soup and freaking whatever, Fritos covered in chili from 7-Eleven. I didn't care about what I was putting in my body. I just prided myself on being so down to eat whatever. And now I have a kid and he has a peanut allergy. And so I'm like, holy cow, I gotta start reading labels. And so that's where I started going down this rabbit hole. It was so insane. Like reading the laundry list of ingredients that is in packaged foods, and it was just like, I can't even pronounce that. Like, what am I putting in my body? That's when it just started clicking. And so then I started researching, what is all this stuff they're putting in our food? And I started watching documentaries like Food Inc. and Forks Over Knives and all this other stuff. And there's another one called the GMO roulette or something like that, which I can provide more information on. But that's when I started discovering GMOs, and I started like trying to tell everybody. I was like, they're putting GMOs in our food. Do you realize, like, they're genetically modifying the DNA of our food? And everybody was like, I don't care. Like, who cares? Like everybody, I was just like, I just get mad. I'd be like, oh my God, like they're putting all this stuff in our food. Don't you realize what they're doing? And everybody's just sound asleep. And I started doing GMO marches, like the March Against Monsanto in LA. I was living there. I went to a few marches there and made signs, and my kid was in it too. And started meeting other cool people. Then it pretty much like kept going. I started finding out about big oil and big ag and big pharma, and obviously started realizing the mainstream media is all up in this. And so I started getting involved in marches, the march against the mainstream media, and then marching against the TPP, marching against chemtrails. I was so involved in wanting to go to the next march. I was like an activist. I was like so wanting to be an impact in society and wake people up. And it's been kind of hard, because like not everybody is wanting to know the truth. But anywho, so that led me to starting to become a vegetarian, because I started watching these documentaries about how the treatment of animals. These animals are like knee deep in their own shit, and they're just perspiring all this nastiness, and in these enclosed warehouses with no windows, and they're being pumped with like antibiotics because obviously they're just getting sick in there. They're also getting pumped with hormones to get them fatter quicker so they can be slaughtered for profit. So then I just found that so disturbing, and it's like people know that. Anyways, this is not like a bash against people who eat meat or nothing like that, but just from me, this is my personal thing that I just started waking up. I was like, why are we doing this to animals, and why are people eating them when they're being pumped with all this shit, you know? And eating the GMO foods as well. Like the animals are also eating GMO corn, GMO soy, and all this altered stuff and just low quality everything. So that led me down, you know, being a vegan at some point. But then I started having more kids, and now I'm a mom and I have to cook meals for children. And being a vegan was like, damn, not, I mean, some people can do it. I praise you for it. But we are also now doing some yogurt, some eggs, some cheese, and ice cream, but I don't go out of my way to eat all that stuff. If anything, it's just kind of like a filler when I'm in a pickle, you know. I'm a mom, so I have to be quick on my feet here. But my kids are all vegetarians. We don't eat any animals. And, you know, not only am I upset about what they're putting in our food, you know, and also feeding all these animals, but like also I started, you know, actually starting getting a really deep connection for animals. And oh my gosh, like, you know, people call themselves an animal lover, but you know, and I used to be an animal lover too, even though I was eating animals. And so now I have a deeper connection to animals. And I realize that it's kind of in a way speciesism, just like there's racism and sexism, there's speciesism, and we're literally like having an animal holocaust, right? I don't know, man. Am I tripping? So, anyways, that's kind of like in a nutshell my spiritual awakening on that time, because I have another spiritual awakening that I'm going through right now. And, you know, just wanted to kind of, you know, let you know where I started with my awakening. And this is just my personal journey and something I'm looking to document in case you're interested to watch. I have more cool stuff that I'd like to get into, but that's pretty much it in regards to my first part of my awakening. Vegetarian, and then like as far as like the marching goes and like the activism, I actually had to mellow out on that a lot because I became a mom, and so that became my identity. I fell down this like depression because like I was just at home all day with my kids, and not that I don't love them, but you know how it is, moms out there, like it is hard, especially being a stay-at-home mom. Sheesh. So I'm done with marching on the streets. Now I have you know, I'm marching around my house trying to get kids to clean up after themselves. But anywho, my new awakening that I'd like to also talk about, maybe in another video, but it has to do with meditation, and it has to do with just letting that shit go. Not being so upset about the billionaires and the corporations and how they're destroying planet Earth. Like, we're just not gonna fall down that pissed off rabbit hole, because obviously that doesn't really lead to anything. What's really going to lead to something is people taking action in their own lives. You know, you vote with your dollar, choose not to participate in all the capitalism. Stop buying shit, you know? Stop buying shit. I'm happy with all of my thrift store finds, man. And I just anyways, I could go on forever, and I don't know if I should. This is my first video. So, thank you for watching, and I will make another video showing my new awakening, I guess you could say. And you're awesome.